Hello there everybody, the Half Person here, and welcome back to some more Senran Kagura Shinovi Versus. So, I think we already talked to everybody, right? Yeah, everybody, says the same thing until the next chapter. Now we're gonna move over to Asuka. That's the last girl that we're gonna be using here in our old, SK, session. So, I changed my mind. I don't really like the French maid outfit. I mean, because of the giant boobs that they all have, it doesn't really look all that good on them. Cheerleader? Maybe a red Cheongsam? Oh, that actually looks really good. But you can see a little bit of the, like, the underwear string there. Maybe we need something a little different. Rainbow panties? That suits her. That looks good on her. Anyway, I think we're gonna keep that. Basic. Okay, hairstyle, yeah, is basic. Now, what about this one? A blazer? No, we already have that on Katsuragi, so we can't do that. Well, we can, I just don't want to. Maybe this one. Oh, look at that. I like those stockings. I like the super long, like, thigh-high socks. Those look really cool. So yeah, I mean, red, more, a little bit of red. And I'll just keep the normal hairstyle. Yeah, that looks alright on her. Anyway, we're about to do our last mission for the night. And we're gonna go ahead and go to chapter 4. This is the last chapter of this as a Shinobi, where Asuka plays, we play as Asuka. We gotta fight against Homura because she's the only one left. I wanna fight Homura for real again. And so, yeah, they kind of have like this Goku and Vegeta kind of thing going on where, you know, one of them is a hero and one of them is a villain, but then they fought. And, you know, one beat the other and is like, hey, I want to fight you again. And then they start to become rivals and stuff. Here we go. Yep. Brings back memories to the 3DS where the frame rates were more inconsistent than something that is inconsistent. I can't come up with anything right now. Yep. No, that certainly helped me. Well, what are you talking about? I kicked their asses, and they were cheating, so, yeah. Actually, yeah, like, Asuka got her ass handed. Well, no, actually, no. Well, she was already very exhausted. I wouldn't say she got her ass handed. When she went to Gessen, she fought, like, 3 different people at the same time. Like she was just had this constant marathon of just defeating this one and then defeating this other one and then going through like a million enemies. So obviously she was like super tired. But then from there she immediately took a shower and then went to the sushi place, and from there, yeah, it was all like during the same day. So yeah, it was kind of exhausting. No excuses from me, says Homura. You can say that about anything. Like, real Shinobi don't do this. You know, it's like, hey, why didn't you flush the toilet? Ah, well, I kind of forgot. Well, real Shinobi don't forget shit. Like, you can just say that for anything. Hey, man, what you fart? It smells bad. Real Shinobi don't have smelly farts. Yeah, obviously she's just teasing her. Oh, zing! I can just imagine like this big posse of black people just pop up from the back of her and go, oh snap! You just got served, yo! It's on now, bitch! There could also be some white people in there too. I don't wanna stereotype, but hey. Every single time I see a parody of that sort of thing, there's always a bunch of black people. Oh, and there's always got to be like it always has to be like how do you call it? An ethnically sensitive group. You know, there always has to be the one Latino person and the one Asian person. You know, and the one white guy. You know, so with like a bunch of black people and then one of like every single country is weird. Just because I'm evil doesn't mean I'll fight. She's so evil that she goes against the dirty fighting. That's a good way of turning it back around. You turned the tables on her, and now you're a professional DJ. Can we just kick... Can't you just kick each other's asses, strip yourselves naked, and kiss already? Because that's obviously what the both of you want. Just kiss her, you fool, is what people would say if these two were men. That was very sudden. Yeah, I mean, exactly. That's what I'm saying. You know, just make up and kiss already, because obviously you got a thing going there. Just suddenly, you're like, what? Real Shinobi? They're like teasing each other suddenly. You have very nice skin. Yeah, like, not sure where that came from. She is an ex-evil Shinobi, so she's probably gonna see something. It might be a shame if somebody slashed the shit out of it with a sword or something. Scarred up? Doesn't really seem all that scarred up, unless that's the reason for why you're wearing jeans. I can get myself hurt too. Yes, just look at all these scars that I have. That might be a cool thing to learn, actually. All the scars are on my butt. Great. Because everybody's always targeting your butt, I guess. I can show it to you right now. Is this gonna go where I think it's going? Let me take a wild guess. They're in my butt too. My inner thighs. Oh my god, this is just setting itself up for like Tumblr fan art. It's like, oh, let me see that butt, let me see that inner thigh. Look, it doesn't matter, okay? We're all gonna strip each other naked by the end of this battle, okay? So we're all gonna take a look. This is both the worst and the best banter I've ever heard. Okay, I kind of like all the combat. I really like all the comebacks. Yeah, I mean, it's kind of I mean, it kind of goes to show that, you know, even though like serious ninjas that they're all about killing, you know, they're still like young girls. You know, they still like to get along and make friends and just talk about stupid shit, just like all kids like to do, just like all teenagers like to do. Yeah, I mean, I would be lying to myself. I would be lying to myself if I said that that was the worst piece of banter, because I thought that was kind of funny. I like the little comebacks. It's like, oh, you know, don't worry about my butt. I got mine covered. Worried about yours. Okay, so is it just me or is Asuka incredibly fast? It's probably because I've been playing with a lot of really slow characters. I've been playing with Katsuragi. I've been kind of jumping around with Yagyu, and then I've been fighting against a lot of really fast people, so I have felt very slow in comparison. I mean, Hikage is just like lightning fast. And Haruka, she's kind of in the middle of the road, but you know, her attacks, they connect very quickly. Yomi isn't fast. Mirai is fast-ish, but she has her long-range moves to make up for that. But yeah, Asuka, man, I forget. She's like really fast. Man, is she supposed to be like the average kind of Mario character? You know, she's like the kind of like jack of all trades. Or like she's ready for any situation. Okay, run over there! Whoa! Very quickly. You can see her panties all the way from here. It's kind of like Bayonetta. Man, you know, I just realized my channel recently is just full of really kind of naughty material. You know, I have Bayonetta 2, which is just like Bayonetta showing her stuff all the time, and then you have like the Princess Peach outfit that just really shows you like just one camera angle away from showing all the butt crack. And then you have Senran Kagura, which is all about like undressing and stuff. Well, not really. You know, it's actually not all about that, but you know, it's kind of like a side effect. It's really weird because, you know, the story is never focused on that, you know? The story is never like this kind of sex-crazed kind of thing. Sometimes there is fan service, but you know, the boobs and you know all of the clothes kind of flying out of their bodies, they never mention it. Like, it is never addressed. It's always that is not a pun, but hey, it is never addressed. But yeah, like it's kind of like, imagine that you're playing Dragon Ball Z, and every single time somebody gets punched in the face in Dragon Ball Z, like an otter comes in and sings that song from the Looney Tunes, like, hello my baby, hello my darling, hello my ragtime gal, hello Navanama, hello you make me smile, and then he just leaves. The otter leaves, and the characters in Dragon Ball Z have no idea that the otter was there. They never acknowledge his existence. It's just a thing that happens. Same here, you know, in Senran Kagura, it's kind of like the selling point, you know? They're like, okay, so we have a nice story here, but we don't really have a hook. We don't really have something that will bring this game to people's attention. And so we're like, hey, how about we like super duper mega, like have this like really big focus on the girls getting naked. And so he's like, oh, well, that sounds like a great idea. And so they had like the whole clothing tearing mechanic in there. Because it is a mechanic. It actually affects your stats whenever you lose or gain clothing. So, yeah, they had that idea, and they're like, that's what's going to attract a lot of people's attention. And while they're playing that, they're eventually going to get desensitized to the whole, like, girls stripping all the time. Because it's always the same, you know? Like, it's never, like, a different thing. It's always, like, the same animation for all the girls. In general. You know, not always, but in general. So, yeah, eventually they're going to try and look past that, and they're going to see an okay story. You know, like, as long as it's not the worst story in the world, as long as it's something that I can get into, it's fine. Because I know there are a lot of kind of Japanese RPGs or anime-style games that have a terrible, insufferable story. And I know, because one of my most favorite games of all time have a really shitty story, is the Arcana Heart games. Arcana Heart also has an all-female cast. It has some, you know, semblance of fan service. But the story and the music frickin' sucks. And here is the opposite. You know, here is all-girl cast. This one has a lot of fan service, but the music is actually pretty nice. And the game mechanics are cool. You can actually make them a lot deeper if you want to. And the story is actually not that bad. I mean, it's alright, you know? I wouldn't go as far as to say, like, oh, it's good. Like, it definitely wouldn't win, like, any Game of the Year awards or anything. But I certainly think that it's worth mentioning, because, you know, a lot of people like to take it to extremes and be very reductionist about it. Like, oh, you know, all anime stories are shitty, or all video game stories are really crappy. But I highly disagree, you know? A lot of them are really good. But the problem is that it's still a video game, so there are a lot of things that are kind of tied down to that video game perspective, and you need to find excuses to be like, oh, you know, you need the map so you don't get lost, you know, and you're like in your house, you know? But, you know, because it's a video game, you need that map to your house, you know? It's those kind of things that kind of tether, you know, that's why you need to kind of be very clever about it whenever you implement story in a game, because you can't just make a story, you have to have it make sense within the game. Sometimes you can just literally just make a bunch of cutscenes and there we go, that's the story and then the game, but I don't know. I kind of like it when they kind of merge the two. I think Brothers Tale of Two Sons does that very, very well. Where you play the game, but as you play, you keep getting a lot of story things, and it makes sense within the story that they're trying to tell. But I don't know. This is it's a big industry, full of a ton of different perspectives and different ways of telling stories, and that's awesome. I don't know why people think that, oh, you know, this thing should die, and this genre should be dead, and it's terrible, and it shouldn't exist, and, you know, people are being kind of assholes about it. And I disagree. I'm like, if you don't like that kind of mechanic, or if you don't like that kind of story, or if you don't like that kind of art style, just don't play it, and expose yourself to something that you like. I like this kind of thing, so I play it, you know? And I don't personally like real-time strategy games, so I don't play them, you know? I don't rant about them wanting them to not exist. You know, I literally just don't associate myself with them if I don't like them. You know, which is why people always, I don't know, for some reason, they're very flippant and very passive-aggressive towards kind of Japanese stuff or anime-style stuff. When they don't really know what it is, you know? they would just look at the cover of Senran Kagura and be like, oh, it has boobs on it, obviously, it's just fan service, no, it's shitty. But if they tried to play it as much as I do, they'd probably think that the story's okay. Or at the very least, like, the characters and their banter and the interaction it's okay, you know? It's not bad. I don't think it's bad. But I do feel like all of the fan service and, like, all of the boobs and stuff, it kind of drags it down. I feel like the story would have more... It would be more powerful if it didn't have that. At least not to, like, the magnitude that they have now. But again, if they didn't have that, the game probably wouldn't get nearly as much attention as it does. Not much. Yes. There we go. Oh! Suddenly it just happens. Man, it must be all the Hot Pockets I ate. Man, it took you a long time just to say that. But, yeah, I mean, that was the entire point of the battle, so you could achieve that. It wasn't like a real fight, quote-unquote. Yep. We finally have, like, a big super-duper move to kick their asses with. Nah, they'll be fine. Alright, if you say so. I saw your scars in your inner thighs. You didn't have any at all. Yeah, it's gonna be like... Yeah, I'm sure there's gonna be like the ending of the story is like they're gonna clash swords and suddenly credits. Ba-da-ba-ba. There's gonna be like the Guile theme song from Street Fighter. Ba-ba-da-ba, ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba-da. No, I just never got to see your scars and your inner thighs, and I kinda wanna look at them. Yeah, they definitely have a Goku Vegeta sort of thing going on. Just kiss her already. It's a date then. Even she says that it's a date. Alright, sure, whatever. Yeah. Yep, but first we gotta beat the final boss, so... Yeah, that's gonna take some time. Yeah, eventually that is a thing that happens. You do fight Homura again, but not in the same way that you might think. But again, I'm gonna leave that for later. I don't want to spoil anything. But yeah, I mean, they already say they're gonna fight again, and they do, but, you know. I gotta see. I think I did alright. I don't know. I guess I kind of landed in between C and B, and I drifted off more into C territory. How much did I level up? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There we go. I leveled up 5 times. Asuka is still the strongest person on my team. So Flash went up by a lot, I think. And Yang, only bumped up a little bit. I didn't really use Yang all that much, which is why it didn't really increase at all. I kind of just used it for the end. Asuka mastered the ultimate secret ninja arts. Oh, there we go. We have more stuff. We have frilly uniform. Hey, it's exactly the same as what we had before. Just different colors. Naughty apron, pink naughty apron, orange magical girl. We have pink kindergarten smock, blue military. Ah, that's the one that I want for Katsuragi. The blue military uniform, the blue armored bikini, spandex unitard. That's like the weirdest outfit out of all of them. It's weirder than the kindergarten smock. It's literally just like a black suit, like the ones that the people use for like a green screen effect, you know, for like mocap and that kind of stuff. Yeah, it's like that, but black. It's weird. Warrior's headgear. Yeah, military cap for blue. Okay, we can deck out Katsuragi with all that stuff. I really want her to wear that. Save the data. Alright, we're done. That's it for me. I think I'm gonna call it. I'm gonna call it a day. I'm going to be sent back to the hub, and we're going to start chapter 5 next time. That's 2.5 hours of me recording. That was just one chapter. But yeah, this is kind of a long game. This is just one school, and I've already done like 10 hours, I think. Haruka, ever the seductress, commands a robot to attack and inflict status ailments on her behalf. Yep. As a weapon. Oh, there we go. Why do you give me such a long, big-ass window to read when it's going to go away? Yeah, so just let's take a brief glimpse to what we're gonna come across. So chapter 5, this is the finale, the final chapter. Fighting for you. So we're gonna start off with Yagyu, a level 27, level 15, 19, 18, 17, and level 1 Daidoji. And she's probably still stronger than anybody here. So yeah, fighting for you. That's gonna be the first one of the final chapter in the story. We're gonna be getting into some cool stuff there. So yeah, it's essentially gonna be a rematch. A rematch between the Guessing Girls from chapter 2, I think. Yeah, so all of their dialogue is changing. We can go to the store again, see some new stuff. And yeah, well, I'm going to leave that for next time. Again, we're going to do like a little recap episode next time we go, and we're going to go to the store, dress up, talk to everybody. And then next time we're going to go ahead and keep on keeping on with chapter 5. I'm really enjoying this game a lot more than before, because I was playing the 3DS version, and that one is very average, you know, is really not as good as Shinovi Versus, because it's a 2D kind of brawler, you know. It kind of reminds me of those older games, like from the Genesis, like Final Fight, or Streets of Rage, or that kind of stuff. It's very similar to that. I mean, you still do like aerial raids and that kind of stuff, but it's very tied down to like 2D. And it's kind of limiting, rather than here where it's full-on 3D and the game just looks a lot prettier and the frame rate is more consistent. And yeah, well hey, at least on the 3DS you can see boobs jumbling over in 3D. They don't get naked though, you know, you only see like their underwear, but they don't, you know, like their bras don't explode like in this game. And they don't get their boobs censored, which is a shame. That's why I like this game a lot better. More nudity! That's the kind of thing that a perverted 20-year-old likes. Anyway, if you guys liked this video, and if you enjoy everything else, be sure to give it a like, and of course subscribe to stay updated on everything that's been going on, so you guys never miss a single video when it comes out. I wasn't even thinking when I said that. Wow, that just came out of my mouth while I was thinking about something else. I've said it so many times that I can just regurgitate it without thinking. Anyway, I'm the Hat Person, and I'll see you guys next time for some more Senran Kagura Shinovi Versus final chapter in the Hanzo storyline, and then we're taking a break to play something else, and then we'll bring it back with another story, probably the guessing one, because people tell me that's the good one. Anyway, see you guys next time. Bye-bye.